Alright, y'all. Let's talk about it. Supergirl came out yesterday. Saw today. 5 o'clock? 5 o'clock. Saw today, 5 o'clock. Really good story. It was a really good story. It was a really heartfelt story. Funny enough, I didn't cry. But I don't think there was any moments to cry at. There was some moments, like, of course, Kara's backstory. And you could cry, but some of the stuff to cry was too quick. It wasn't a very dramatic film, I'll say that. And the action was really good, I'll say that too. The punches, like all her punches and all her flying, and like, I really loved the flying. Like, yeah, the flying was pretty good. What else was really good? I'll say there wasn't no spectacle. And some of the spaceship stuff, maybe it's because I've looked at so much Star Wars and just so much space. But at some point, you wouldn't do this for this film, but we're gonna have to fix how space is depicted on TV, because it's getting a bit old. Like, it kind of all looks the same. It felt like I was watching a Star Wars movie for some of this, and even some Dune. I'm like, man, everybody's using the same programs. Somebody's gonna have to use dollies, or maybe that's just the nature of sci-fi genre content. Even though I really like how heavy they lean into sci-fi for this being a DC film. Like, most DC films, they're set on Earth. Off the top of my head, like, all of Zack Snyderverse was, if I'm not mistaken, on Earth. So I really like them leaning into the sci-fi, because that's one of the parts of DC that people don't respect enough. Like, the universe in DC is big. There's so many heroes, so many stories, and I'm so glad that they did Ruth really well. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw her on screen, I immediately thought of whoever the actor was in, the actress was in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. I don't remember her name. Ruth. I messed with Ruth. I was like, Ruth should have had a better, like some more memorable costume, because the way she was moving, she had like actual powers. It's funny. I didn't even think of this actress till now, but the actress in Thor, in that third Thor movie, that movie, I ain't gonna lie. Some of these movies, the plots, the storylines, I can't tell if it's the nostalgia or if storylines just aren't what they used to be, just modern times. Because even when I go back and you read some comic books, it's like, okay, this storyline is like anything else. It's low-key like what you would see on a movie now. Like, so I can't tell if it's because I've just read so much of this genre that you get so used to cliches. And I'm trying to think of the last superhero film where, like, I didn't feel a bunch of cliches, because I feel like that's the thing that we don't understand. We come into this with no grounding of how the superhero genre works, and then you go through the Avengers and you get used to the beats, and it's like, oh, this is how you set up the plot in a superhero. This is how they fight. But I don't know, like, reviewers do that. I don't know. I like to do a lot of meta review. Like, I like to review what other people say, or just think about what other people say. Because, you should think about how everybody sees a film. I feel like that's important. But the superhero genre, just in a nutshell, if I pull it up here, the last superhero movies, I did like the Superman story because it had war in there, and I felt like it was about Palestine. But the superhero movie genre, like the last superhero movie, I'm trying to think that I saw. I mean, I saw Masters of the Universe, but it was alright. I ain't gonna lie, to garbage. See, it's crazy because I don't like The Dark Knight. Like, I liked it when I was younger. Then I rewatched it. I'm like, it's okay. Yeah, I don't know. They have Kick-Ass at number 10? Wow. The Batman is number 11. My dad is at 7.8. I don't think... My dad fell asleep. It's funny because I stayed up for that zombie movie. I think superhero genre, it's stickier than people want to realize. Dang, it takes you to 28 till you get to a woman. You got Guardians of the Galaxy, but it was a really good superhero movie. But that's because the Guardians of the Galaxy was a fresh, like nobody before Guardians of the Galaxy, you hadn't seen superheroes in space for real. So that is like, okay, they did it great that time. And then Guardians 2 and Guardians 3 is like, okay, these are just amazing films. Like superheroes in space is amazing. And so that's what I feel like this was. But I'm like, this makes sense for Kara because Kara's an alien. Like Kara just left Krypton, Argo, in this universe. Which I really liked her story. I didn't think that was really cool. So she just left that, so of course she's an alien. She's like, you think this is home? Like, I just came from, I'm sorry, this isn't home. I'm sorry, Kal-El. This is not home for me. I cried in for Shazam. Of course I cried for Shazam. Man, I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. Niggas love Wolverine, bro. They have Venom at 84. Okay, let's listen, bro. That movie, Quantumania. Okay, you get down to the 94. It's 94 and oh wow. Thor: Love and Thunder. Oh wow. Eternals. Like I ain't gonna lie. This movie is like a shade better than Eternals, and that's not a good like. In the totality, what everybody thinks it's not good, I mess with Eternals. I thought it was a decent story. I think, honestly, I'm going to take this out of the video, but a lot of what goes into ratings, people don't understand is their, like, unknown biases, which, of course, that makes sense. All of us have unknown biases. So I'm just going to be, like, I guess I have a naturally feminist lens. It's not even feminist. I have a natural agender. Take on my analysis. So, and I also have a more like, what? They think Thunderbolts is worse than The Flash? Yo, I love The Flash. So when I saw The Flash, and I'm not even gonna put this in the video, but the Flash movie made me sad. And honestly, I liked the Venom because it was on, but the Venom shit, this is, oh my god. I forgot about some of these. Yo, Ant-Man's way better. What? Yo, some of these are too close, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Supergirl's way better than Venom. Supergirl is low-key like Black Widow. It's people would also probably rate it similar to Captain Marvel. I feel like, yeah, I don't get it. I'm thinking, because my friend liked this Asian lady, but why didn't he like these other people? Why didn't he like her? Like, they call her not likable. I need someone to explain what not likable means. I don't know what the last thing I talked about was. I think I'm gonna say, okay, so Ruth. Ruth is a fire character. I love her story. We see her family. We see how her family dies to Krell. And it's like, dang, her family died like that. It's like real quick. It felt, I got so many. It felt like a homage to so many scenes. Just like, of course, it was like a farm in the middle of the prairie. Like I saw this in Rogue One, if I'm not mistaken. Like you see this in Star Wars. It felt like a homage to Star Wars. Some of it. What? Dang, low key was it? A lot of it, but it's also just like space. But they were only yeah. I ain't gonna lie. The shit these white people watch, and it's funny because I'm over here watching Supergirl. Supergirl is about two women who recently went through loss, learning from each other how to deal with it. It does a good job at that. Um, it does a really good job at that. You can feel how the character's past is like weighing in on their decisions. Even though it's not a heavy drama. Like I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you this is the most suspenseful. But like when it's not a bunch of chaos going on, well even then no, I don't know. These characters, they do a good job. She didn't wear a costume much, which I get why they did that for this character, which makes sense, honestly. I don't know, when people be like, you want to see the costume, yo, go read the comic book. Like, we're doing a different take on Kara. At the end of the day, this is Kara, I'm pretty sure pretty recent after she just left her family and learned a new language and had her birthday and left. And it's like it's talking about it's a superhero, a reluctant hero shtick. No, it's a character. Like look at the character's actual story. Like, why would someone who was just a normal person their whole life be like, oh, I'm gonna be a hero now, just because my mom and my dad on their deathbed were like, we need our family line to continue. And I ain't gonna they didn't make no ships for nobody else. They hid that. They were like, only our family line. Only the L family line is gonna survive. I guess it was his brothers. He said he gatekeeping it. He said, be good. And then the rest of Krypton poisoned out. The rest of Argo poisoned out. So it's all from that. And then she's like a teenager on a whole new planet. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I go to a whole new planet. Da da da. Bro, that doesn't make any sense. Even though they look like her, she has all these powers. She can hear everything they say. Like, I wouldn't want to be here either. I don't even want to be here now. So, shit. I'm gonna go on a bender through the galaxy. Fuck. For Lord knows how long. Till I get back. Ain't nobody looking for me back there. Nigga talking about look for friends. You gotta find friends here. I'm scared you're not gonna find friends here, which is a real concern. Just like, yo, I'm trying to get over all the friends I just lost. Like, everybody gone, fool. I'm finna drink. I ain't gonna lie, that's real shit. And then it's like, oh, she got powers. She's just supposed to be better than everybody else. I mean, she's just supposed to be good just because she got powers. Not because she's supposed to use her powers for like the better. Like, no. I was a normal person my whole life. But some people, like, you know, they don't. I'm gonna cut that out. But yeah, I talk about Kara. I talk about Ruth. Ruth is badass, bro. Ruth is really badass. She sneaks on the shit. She saw her family die. like Batman. She said, "I'm gonna kill this nigga." I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking the same. I'm like, that's exactly the same reaction I would have had. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because I think Ruth might be 13. Kara might be 19, 20. I think Kara's 20 in the movie. It's not really interstellar. It's more like a pocket of the galaxy. I wouldn't say they do travel to planets that have different stars, of course. So they are traveling through galaxies. It's more like it's a very contained interstellar journey, which I don't mind because I don't like movies that are constantly about. Every movie doesn't have to, the whole world or the whole galaxy, the whole universe doesn't have to be in danger. There's different levels of danger. And I think fans need to start accepting that. Like, every superhero doesn't have to have an earth-breaking event going on. Like, there's different levels of disruptions. Damn, some of these people mad. But nah, that's how people, because at the end of the day, like, people see these characters as already having a certain backstory, so when you change that backstory, they get really mad. And it's like, yo, you understand, like, just like the first backstory you read was author's choice, this is also author's choice. And, like, a lot of people are just observers, and they have a hard time. I don't know. I feel like I be calling people out when I say that, but it's like, if the backstory changed, bro, the backstory changed. Like, hold up. Is this talk about it? This is, I ain't gonna lie. She said she was born 8 years after, and it didn't give no time skip to when she left. But she was born 8 years after Krypton exploded, and her family lived in a pocket of Krypton, literally just floating in space. And she looked to be about 13. She low-key looks the same age as she is now, so maybe she was 20. Okay, her age doesn't matter. In the movie, she's younger than Kal-El for sure. And when she lands on Earth, she's leaving from accepting that her parents are dead. And then she meets Kal-El, and she has to integrate onto Earth. And then I think her birthday comes up, and she goes on a bender. After not really meeting anybody on Earth, I don't think. There's a lot of... I'm fine with the pockets of not knowing, because that just gives more space for later movies to actually have something happen. Because it's not like I need to know her age exactly. Like, I just need to know her age relative to the other characters. But... so I guess with that being said, she's maybe 8 years older, I feel like, than Ruth. And Ruth is 13, maybe 15, but like to us. But Ruth is pretty young. Like, Ruth was the youngest in her family when everybody died. And her brother seemed to be Kara's age. So, Ruth was pretty young. And that's why when Ruth barges into the dangerous ass bar with all the criminals and she gets her family sword taken, Kara has to do something, because at the end of the day, her mom told her to be good. And so that's what she does. She be good. Even though she's drunk, even though she's sad she's on this bender, even though she's getting near the end of the bender, like, I know how it feels on a bender. Once you've been on a bender for so long, you're like, man, maybe I do it to do something. Because you can't just be on a bender your whole life. You really can't. You gotta do something. But So that's why when she met the dude, I'm like, okay, dude, I liked it. And then after that, it's really contained, I think. That's the thing. And like when you read Supergirl, like Supergirl, you know what I mean? Superman, like we're supposed to be taking on world threatening, galaxy threatening with her being in space problems. But in this instance, she takes on this enslaver that killed Ruth's family because he came in to Ruth's family home asking for swords. Oh, and then the son tried to scare her and he got killed really quickly because it was a loud noise and the nigga was already on edge. Like nigga, you could tell he wanted to come in and cause trouble. Like he was like, "That's pie." Lifted it up, saw it fall out. I'm like, is he not even gonna eat it? And it's like he was nasty, bro. Later, bro came into the ship, just ate some cereal that was done. It was cereal. Like this dude just eats. He just comes in. He just love eating. Lobo like that cigar. Everybody got a oral fixation. They tried to tell y'all in Venture Bros. But yes, Ruth's family dies. Ruth goes to the bar. I said this already. Car's like, I'm gonna help you out, and then they start on their like low key buddy cop. Yeah, it was really a buddy cop. A space buddy cop adventure with one character being Supergirl and the other character being this sort of like, you could tell she's scarred. And it's like, you can't do nothing. Like, she just saw all her family die. Like, you're gonna be scarred. Like, what's she gonna be, a happy Dory? Like, the only reason she's probably on this revenge track is so she's not crying herself to sleep. That's not funny, but it's just facts. Like, that's the only reason she's probably even trying to kill him. And that's like why when she got to him, she's like, oh damn, like I didn't even really want to do this. I just wanted to do anything else except mourn or just be sad about my family's passing. You know? And it's funny because that's the exact same thing Carl was doing at the beginning of the film. Like she was just, that's why she had no memories up until she was on her, it was the green, but she also was talking about her past to Ruth. And so before then, she just didn't want to think about it. She was just, oh, I need to find a red planet and get wasted. And then she started to remember what this was for. So of course when Ruth accomplishes her goal of being able to kill this man, and she actually thinks about what life would be like after she kills this man, it's like, no, she's not going to care. All she cares about is that her family is gone. She doesn't really care if this man is alive or not. It's like, yeah, he's going to keep killing, but everybody's going to keep killing. It's not even really about him. It's just about the fact that my parents are dead. So I really appreciated how they did it. Like, in the movie, I'm like, bro, let her kill that nigga. Like, I'm like, Lobo. Like, she got a revenge. Let her. But it's like, let her be. Listen to Lobo. Lobo, the man who killed his entire planet. What is that story? The planet is a story because he killed every member of his race because somebody in his race was gonna kill him. I'm just like, why did Lobo kill his entire planet again? Okay, so obviously people don't realize these characters have like multiple backstories. But one of the sticking points, or Marvel will call it nexus points, is that somehow Lobo's whole race is also dead, just like Superman. And in this movie, they say he killed everybody. But it also says later Lobo's like, I only kill for money and I keep my word. And it's like, every time in DC, even in TV shows, they always introduce Lobo like that. And I'm like, that's dumb. Like, It's like, I only kill for money. I killed my entire race. But I'll always keep my word. And it's just like, you're supposed to go with that. And they fill out the character later. And I'm just like, those are crazy sticking points. It's like, he kills his whole race. Somehow, some way. He kills his entire fucking planet. And then, see, in this it says that he did it for entertainment. He kills just to kill. I mean, it's like claiming that he killed his entire planet just to kill. But in the movie we just got, Lobo literally says, I only kill for money. So maybe that's right now. Maybe back then he was just killing just to kill. But Lobo has this really confusing backstory. He doesn't have a confusing backstory. He just has a very like, what? backstory. And he's introduced on one of the random planets. I don't remember none of the planet's name. That's what I mean. Like, the settings and stuff, it was kind of like, I call a lot of stuff TV shows when they feel cheap. And when it's like, when there's no spectacle, or when you're not using the movie theater visual size and sound, I'm like, you should have just put this straight into streaming, or you should have made it a TV show, because you had me in a theater for no reason. Like, there's nothing spectacular going on. So luckily they had some scenes near the end that made it worth the movies, but the rest of it is close quarters fights. Some of the fights you didn't even see. It was like sort of trying to do this cool, like, oh, look at this, and this stuff's going on in the background. But they didn't like stick to it long enough, so it didn't really feel like anything. Even though I did like the punches, though. Like, I liked the fighting that I saw, like, but it was trying to be weirdly creative. And I'm like, can we just see her fight? I just want to see her kick butt. That's what, like, and when she was kicking ass, I'm like, okay. Like, near the end, after the green sun went away, I'm like, okay, if she got blood, this is tough. Okay. And it's funny because she was supposed to die from the green sun. If Ruth wasn't there, she wouldn't have gotten dragged into the cave. She would have just sat out in the sun and died. At least she got to the cave. And she was able to survive until the yellow sun came out. So it's really like, Ruth had to be there. Oh, I was talking about Lobo. I got completely distracted. This is a very long video. Whatever. Lobo was amazing. Like, his presence, obviously Jason Momoa did a great job. Lobo was killing it. I really enjoyed his scenes. And I'm trying to move on to my next point about this movie. Because that's all the characters there is. There's the villain. Do I know the villain's name? Krell. She says it. Ruth is like, I'm here to kill. But she says it like a couple times where it's just like a song. Like, I'm here to kill. I'm Ruth of the something family. And I will kill. I need help killing this man. It's like, yo. Yeah, that shit is funny. Oh, she literally said this shit to Lobo. I forgot. I like the kid. Like, the kid is low-key stuck for me. The characters are pretty, like, they had a decent chemistry. Fuck, what happens? Oh, they had a good scene, too. Yeah, I was talking about, yeah, the settings are so bland. Like, even think about the settings now. And the villains are also, you know, your generic black. Just like Discourse Day, like, ugh. Just generic black. Generic gray villain fighting. No real thought. Generic black slavers at that. Just slavers. But yeah, they free these slavers. Oh, and they're basically, they call them brides. But because they use women to keep their all-male race going. So So they call them brides. I thought that was interesting because the last movie was about war, and this movie is about. This is not funny, but this movie, she's basically fighting like galactic pedophile rings. So, I'm glad that these movies always have like an underlying theme that's based in the contemporary. They've done it twice, and this cannot be on accident because a pedophile ring is way too on the nose. Way too on the nose to be any type of coincidence. Supergirl literally breaks up and frees a pedophile ring. You can't tell me that's not supposed to talk about today and now. And the villain eats everything. He's a nasty nigga who comes in the room and eats whatever. See some pie? Is that pie? Yo, I don't know why. Is that pie? You got pie? What? Bro, shut up. It's because his wife just told him. They're scared. This nigga's asking for pie. Like, what? I don't know. It was. I do wish. Like, it was 170 million. But it just wasn't like, it was so, some of the villains were so bland. The uniforms. Like, I'm like, why didn't Ruth have a fucking something on? Ruth had nothing memorable on but a fucking crest, and I don't remember what the crest looked like. Ruth also had the sword. I'm like, why isn't Ruth like tricked out? Like, okay, Lobo looked tough. Even Moto's motorcycle, but even his motorcycle had no color. Supergirl, I can't even remember the color of Supergirl's ship right now. It might have been the same, like yellow and blue. Like, so some of the visual things were really off, and they made the movie feel like a fucking TV show. And so that, like, even sometimes her and flying in space, but a lot, I mean, when characters in space, their hair is always just gonna be, I don't even, like, nobody even knows what hair is supposed to look like in space, so I'm not even gonna beat that horse too much, because, like, at the end of the day, we're watching something disbelief. Like, I don't know, how do I think the hair is gonna move in space? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just basically up to you at that point, but it was still a pretty good movie. I appreciated the plot. I appreciated the characters a lot. I think the characters are what kept me watching it, honestly. Because everything else, okay, the action and the pacing was also pretty good. I appreciated the pacing. I didn't think anything was really drawn out. Pacing is a big thing for me in movies. And the pacing, I was never like, when is it over? Especially because I knew it was less than 2 hours. But I'm like, I feel like I felt like it was a smooth ride with the action and rest and the climax. Like, nothing ever felt too long or drawn out. That's definitely what kept me in, cause it was a very well timed story. It was well timed, and the characters had all good backstories. And I'm just like, what is gonna happen, y'all? I'm like, is she gonna kill this nigga? Cause I'm like, whether she does it or not, I'm low-key on her side regardless. Like, low-key like Lobo. Like, Lobo was like, nah, that nigga gotta die. He killed your whole family. Like, hey, you should get your revenge. Especially after she seen her lie and cry. She's probably like, bro, you over here crying, bro. Where she fake that nigga. That's why I was like, too. This is why I couldn't tell. But then I'm like, oh no, she finna get this nigga. Like, please, I'll tell him, please. Ooh, right on the chin, right. When you get the elbow under the chin, it's like they can only go left or right. So, you know, she got her elbow under that nigga chin and choked him out. And I forget what, she kicked him in the sun. I think she killed him. I can't fucking. I'm like, okay, you killed a nigga earlier to get out, but you're not gonna kill this nigga. So some of that stuff is like they didn't really stick the landing. cause that storyline in of itself is just kind of like, it's hard to stick unless you have to be steadfast. Like, if you're gonna be a Batman type nigga that don't kill, even that shit, I ain't gonna lie, I'm saying that doesn't work. It'd be hella times Batman pummeling a nigga. You be like, you don't kill? What? You just, that nigga can't breathe for the rest of his life. But you don't kill. Okay. So some of it, I be forgetting, some of it is like superhero shit. I don't do ratings on this show as a agender. So I don't know if that connects to agender. Does a little bit for me. I feel like it does. I'll just tell you, I'd watch it again, and the ending, they set up a Supergirl, or Power Woman, because I love a Power Woman. I love me some Power Woman. Maybe not that uniform though. It's a bit much. But no, I want to see more. I want to see more of Kara, and I want to see more of Superman. And I don't know what's on the table next storyline wise, but I like these versions of the characters. I like this version of Superman a lot more than the Zack Snyder version. I like Supergirl way more than I like Wonder Woman and Batman, honestly, and Batman Affleck. Like, Batfleck. Like, they didn't have enough emotion for me. Like, thinking back, their emotion was a bit too contained. Like, they were all too old. There was no sense of disbelief. That's why they had to add Flash. Like, every movie was like, I'm a hero. Okay, fine. It's like, okay. Like, can we get somebody real? Nobody wants to be a hero. We know that. Why? You can't put these people on TV. Like, oh, I want it to be. Because it's just like, it's a bit played out. Like, that's why this new Spider-Man movie is going to be interesting. He's not going to have any family. This comes out soon. Man, this is such an unstructured, it's like, how am I even going to put this out? Regardless, go see Supergirl. Hell yeah. It's amazing. It's worth it for sure. There's not many superhero movies out right now. But yeah, thanks for watching.